Hi, good afternoon and welcome again to Electronica 2024. This afternoon I've got with me Geoff Hill from Astute Electronics. Good afternoon, Geoff.
Hello, Andy.
How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Yeah, busy show so far?
It's been fantastic. Much better than I could have hoped for, really.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I saw your stand yesterday and that certainly was looking fantastic.
That's what happens when you put a free bar on.
So tell me about how your stand's going. Is it working well for you?
Yeah, the stand really was to produce several different statements.
Right.
Statement of intent in the future as far as the direction.
Yeah.
Our investment in Europe, which is continuous and it's really starting to gain serious momentum in good hirings, serious hirings, signings, extra lines.
Yeah.
Also the scalability for people to come along and see what our ambition and our other revenue streams, and also because I've taken on so many people. Globally,
Fantastic.
This was a great opportunity for them to better communicate, get to know each other, build those relationships internally, as well as externally with our suppliers and our customers alike.
Yeah. So you've had a lot of suppliers and customers coming to your stand, and
Oh, we have something like 8 meeting rooms, and they're not been one free space.
Fantastic.
Which, in fact, I've had 3 meetings standing up with people, which is a bit embarrassing. And I got thrown out at 2 of my own meetings.
Say, especially as a managing director.
I know. I know.
I think they give you a dedicated meeting room or something.
Yeah, well, you'd think so, but not in this case, I'm afraid. But at the end of the day, if you spend a lot of money on a stand and you really put so much time and effort, it's the build it and he will come type of mentality.
Yeah.
And you never know what it's gonna, how it's gonna be embraced. But this has been so successful. I'll be relieved, because obviously spending so much
commitment,
money,
isn't it?
It's a massive commitment, just logistics-wise, and the time and effort goes in for the design, the layout, getting customers to come and see you, and new customers, and how you engage.
Yeah,
it's been really, really fantastic.
I was interested in something you said to me last night, actually, that you wanted to keep it open to the outside world, if you like, the stand, so that people do feel like they can come on and have a chat and.
Yeah, well, I'm a firm believer in the stand should be open-ended and welcoming. Not just access to a free bar, but actually, I this is only my opinion, so I'm sure other people will shoot me down for this, but some of the stands that have got several walls sort of indicate invitation only.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, how do you attract new customers and really show your worth if that's the case? So I'm very much the opposite. Once you're inside, we have areas for the product development. We've been doing seminars. Some of our key manufacturers have come along and done some internal training as well as to customers. But ultimately, we want people to come on the stand, at least even just to say hello, ask what do you do, I've never seen you before, that sort of thing. Nothing to lose.
And is this, I know you've been to Electronica many times, but is this the first time really you've had such a big presence, or?
2 years ago, when the shortages were on, we had a decent presence. But we had a fairly big stand again, and we had our osmosis, which I acquired, opposite. But at that stage, we weren't integrated. So it was a little bit segregated. This time, we're all together as one entity.
Fantastic.
And we've definitely gone up probably a 50% floor space, I would say.
Look out in 2 years' time then.
Yeah, I mean, if you'll never get return. It's gut feel for all these things. Sure. But gut feel for me says this has been fantastic. I think everybody has definitely ticked the box as far as that's concerned. And for me, next time it will be 2 years, and we'll be bigger and better. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, you're telling me as well that Astute's going from strength to strength at the moment. Tell me about your plans for Europe and the intentions for the next sort of 5-10 years.
So continually to add quality people, especially technical. We are now pretty much got coverage in EMEA. And right across we just employed some key people just recently. So we've got people in every country in Europe. And we're adding to those teams. Building we're getting a new distribution facility. We've already got. Well, it's probably going to be either the Netherlands or Poland.
Oh, okay,
we're just, in fact, making that decision at the moment. I've got distribution facilities, obviously, in the UK and Stevenage, in Munich here, in Austin, Texas, in Brownsville, Texas, and in Hong Kong. And Australia. So, but we're adding to that so that we can navigate our way through efficiencies and where stock's coming from, and And I also believe that those distribution facilities are very, very important because people want positioned inventory, programmed inventory held.
Yeah.
They don't want to use their own cash.
Yeah.
After the last 2-3 years, I think people are
exactly.
caught a cold.
Yeah.
So they want people like us to help them facilitate, frees up their cash flow, drives those efficiencies. They've got that stock where they know it's available, and yes, it ties up our cash, but it also gives us long-term commitment and a partnership, which is key.
It's all about making partnerships,
Absolutely.
isn't it? You know, and I think that's probably with distribution one of the most important things. Why should you know, what makes you stand out, if you like, in the distribution world, do you think?
Well, I think one of the key there's two answers to that. The first answer is a lot of people say, well, you know, what's different for you than the very large distributors?
Yeah.
And I say, well, their lines pay their salary.
Right.
My customers pay ours.
Right, okay.
So that's first and foremost the key differentiator. The other thing is I own it.
Right.
And, you know, some people call me mad as a March hare.
Oh, sure they do.
Well, I think they do, or they think it.
Yeah, exactly.
They probably, but deep down. But the other thing is, so if you're owned by a big corporation or a PE or you're a PLC, it's all about the bottom line.
Yeah.
So you make decisions in tough times, and not normally that's cutting heads or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm in the situation where I'm making long-term decisions,
Sure.
and if I have to sacrifice that bottom line to obtain the end goal, I can do that. The only person it costs is me.
Exactly.
And that makes me, you know,
you live or die by your own decisions.
Absolutely.
Really, don't you?
It makes me dangerous.
Yeah.
In that regard.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but it gives me ultimate flexibility.
Sure.
So I empower my people to then support and give solutions to customers that really offer them value.
And it probably also empowers them to, you know, do a bit of thinking of their own as well. To try and come up with new ideas to push to you and go through that way. So it empowers the staff as well.
Well, my senior management team have been with me. Pretty much 90% of them have been over 20 years.
Fantastic.
So,
it's costing you a fortune in gold watches.
Yeah, it is actually. After 21 years, we give them a Cartier or a Rolex.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. So we had a 3-year break of COVID, and I had to give 8 away. My God, that was painful.
That wasn't your idea, was it?
No. Well, you know, you never really think that so many people are going to stay with you for 21 years.
I mean, retention is such an important thing, and to have a retention, you know, that good, it shows something about you and your company.
Yeah, I mean, culturally, it's obviously the good socials, and obviously we're giving them career paths and reaching their aspirations. But actually, commercially, you keep getting rid of people. You're either hiring badly, or you decide, you know, for whatever reason they don't fit, or you cut costs.
Yeah,
you're going to pay headhunters 25-30% of your first year's salary. The numbers just don't add up.
No.
And then, by the way, it takes probably 2 years for you to make a decision whether they're any good.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, just the time and effort.
And then I was going to say, you put all that time and effort into training them up in different products and everything. Yeah. And then, you know, they can leave. So to keep people for 21, 30 years or whatever, it's fantastic achievement.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it works. But you've got to get the right people.
Yeah.
You've got to stand by them in good times and bad times.
Yeah.
And it works. I mean, it also becomes a very close-knit community where that culture starts to have a self-momentum.
Yeah, I would imagine it's very good for your customers as well, because, you know, they like, you know, in the past I've found that, you know, you're dealing with a company 1 minute, then you're building up a relationship with somebody, and then all of a sudden they've gone. Yeah. And so having that, you know, retention is fantastic.
Well, I think face-to-face contact, stability, whether you're just picking up the phone to the same person or seeing the same person, absolutely fundamental in our business, and because people deal with people, and relationships are key to that. Yeah. And I'm a firm believer. I mean, I had a couple of things to do with telephones, and the other day personally, I mean, why would you spend 3 hours talking to a machine that doesn't even know who you are or care?
No, 100%.
So this business is, and I know we're going to develop all these new, you know, and AI is going to change the world. Yeah. But I will never, until the day, obviously, that I can move on. Yeah. But reality is, people deal with people, and I will. For me, that is the number one value.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what a fantastic advert for Astute that is. So, let's hope in 2 years' time I'll come on your stand. It's twice the size. You get an office of your own, and you're buying a few more Rolexes.
I'll have my own seat at the bar. I think that'll be it.
All right, Geoff, that's great. Thanks very much.
No worries. Thank you. Cheers. Bye bye.